Good afternoon. I would like to call the Committee on Government Operations to order. Madam Clerk, if you could please take roll.
Present.
Commissioner Wilson,
Present.
Commissioner Peterson Mayberry, Commissioner Knizik, Vice Chair Colleen,
Here.
Chair Clementi.
Present.
We have a quorum present.
Thank you. I have no remarks today. If we could move on to, well, we're not using our tablets. They're not working, so we'll have to do.
They did just work for a second. Present.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, mine wasn't working.
Beyond that, maybe, I'm not sure. Oh,
They-
yeah. It's working.
Is it working?
Mhm.
Okay, take that back. Our
Mhm.
tablets are working. We'll be using them. Okay, I have no remarks. If you could please move on to item number C.
Item C, approval of the May 26, 2026 meeting minutes.
So moved. Support.
Thank you. I have a motion by Commissioner Peterson Mayberry, second by Commissioner Clean. If you could please vote on your tablets.
Commissioner Wilson?
Oh, yeah.
He votes yes.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you. There we go.
Motion carries.
Thank you. We have no unfinished business. If we could please move to new business table talk.
New business, item number 1.
And number 2,
Number
please.
Item number 2, an undated communication from the Wayne County Women's Commission reporting its 2024-2025 annual report.
Okay, so we have 2 annual reports from the Women's Commission. Is anyone here that would like to give highlights about what has been going on with the Women's Commission? Ladies, if you could please come to the table and introduce yourselves.
I'm not sure who they are.
Never seen that.
So we know that the Women's Commission is doing fantastic work with our leadership, and they're getting ready. And do you have your microphone ready? Go right ahead.
Good afternoon, Cynthia Douglas, Chair, Wayne County Women's Commission.
Hi, Melissa Daub, member of the Wayne County Women's Commission.
Okay, so can you just give us a couple highlights of what's been happening with the Women's Commission?
Sure, through the chair and his honorable body. As the Wayne County Women's Commission celebrates its 5th year, this annual report provides an overview of the initiatives, achievements, and future goals of the Women's Commission over the past year. It highlights key programs and projects undertaken to support and empower women within the community, including initiatives focused on mental health, education, and safety. In 2004 through 2006 year, the Women's Commission passed several resolutions supporting these initiatives. Breast cancer awareness, domestic violence, health coverage for menopause-related issues, personal protection order supporting Senator Stephanie Chang and Ruth Johnson, and equal pay for women. The report also outlines collaborative efforts with local organizations, government bodies, and community leaders to address pressing issues such as gender equality and domestic violence. Additionally, the commission featured various speakers in their meetings to provide information on topics on mental health, physical health, financial literacy, and water safety. This document features the success story of its annual resource fair chaired by LaTanya Gator and Dr. Regina Banks Hall, where the community benefited from the event with over 90 vendors and over 600 attendees, showcasing the positive impact on individuals in the broader community. I want to thank this body for its support and trust in this commission to continue to uphold its commitment to continue to uplift women in this community, ensuring their voices are amplified and their contributions celebrated through partnerships, education, and active community engagement. I also want to take the opportunity to thank the other 18 women that serve on this commission as we set forth a strategic plan in areas of focus for the upcoming 2026-27 year. So thank you so much for the time.
Well, I have to say thank you, and to all the women that each commissioner has appointed. It's really 5 years, really rolling and doing a great job with all your resolutions and focusing on, women's issues. And the resource fair I've attended, and actually my daughter got a job from the resource fair. So I think it is a really amazing thing for us. So thank you. Do we have any questions, commissioners, about these two? And I don't have any way to. No, so I guess you have to raise your hand. Commissioner Peterson, maybe.
Thank you. Through the chair, no question, just a comment. I know I'm the newest commissioner, and so I've had an opportunity just as of recent to attend some of the events, and with the one being the most recent, the fair, that the resource fair that you did. And I will say, we marketed that event really hard in my district. I personally just did that myself, my team. And I wanted to say that the feedback from those who attended, and I know I got over to attend as well. We had Cynthia in tears, so that was great. She didn't know she'd be recognized, but they were super, super appreciative of the fact that such an event was put forward. They received a lot of resources, and it was good to have that event open to them. The length of time was great because some people worked and couldn't get there in the morning, had to get there in the afternoon, and vice versa. So shout out to the entire commission, the Women's Commission, because you all did an outstanding job with that. And so I'll just echo the chair's comments about all the resolutions that are coming forward and the advocacy that comes up out of that committee. So thank you so much for your leadership, and for all of those who are on the committee, thank you for their commitment and their time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a motion from Commissioner Peterson Mayberry, second by Commissioner Wilson. If you would please vote on your tablet for these two items, to receive and file.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Can you read in our next item, please?
Item number 3.
Yes.
Item number 3, communication from Aaron Wagner, Director of Department Management and Budget Procurement Division, forwarding a report listing all contracts that were approved by the commission and either terminated or not executed by the county executives for fiscal year 2023-2024 and fiscal year 2024-2025.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Wagner, for joining us. Go ahead and introduce yourself and.
Yep.
Uh,
Through the chair, Aaron Wagner, Procurement Director, Management and Budget.
And what I understand, there were no contracts terminated or not executed, correct?
Right. There is, through the system, there were no items to report. This is a requirement of the budget instructions. There are a couple other reports that you'll be seeing coming through that were caught up from past years. So we're trying to get things back to the cadence that they were before.
I really appreciate that. I have notes about where we need to be. I thank you for joining us, and we'll look forward to those other reports. Does anyone have any questions, commissioners? Okay, we're good.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll just take the next three because they're receive and file. Can you read the next one in, please?
Okay, item number 5, communication from John Wallace, Chief Financial Officer, Department of Management and Budget, forwarding a report on all medical costs throughout the county for fiscal year 2023-2024 and fiscal year 2024-2025.
And number
Four,
4.
sorry.
Thank you,
Item
Octavia.
number 4, communication from John Wallace, Chief Financial Officer, Department of Management and Budget, forwarding a status report on the implementation of the Connect 43 Enterprise Resource Planning System for the county.
Okay, does anyone have any questions on these receive and files? Okay, is there someone here? Which number, Commissioner Clean?
4.
Is it someone here for number 4, please? If you'd please come to the table, introduce yourself.
James Tatum, M&B.
Thank you. Commissioner Clean, go right ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. I always have difficulty with when the reports come where you're giving us the internal documents and all of this back. When I looked at this item, it said 2 things. Any changes in anticipated overall implementation cost, which I assume that's for Oracle, and then what plans in effect if JD Edwards goes down. So I went through this report very carefully and I couldn't find answers to either one. So can you briefly tell us anticipated overall implementation costs?
So Commissioner Clean, I'm here on behalf of Program Director Mike Jameson, and so
Yep.
I can't
And
speak
through
to the
through the chair, hey
specificities.
James, I'm
He's
on the
here.
line as
Oh,
well.
fantastic.
Mr. Jameson's, did you hear the?
I
Jameson,
did.
you hear the
So,
question?
you have to answer Commissioner Colleen's question. Uh, no anticipated changes in the implementation cost for Connect 43. The costs are consistent with what we presented in the committee as a whole. The last remaining item related to implementation is the implementation of the data warehouse for enterprise resource planning. And in terms of the JDE system,
Yeah.
there's two things in effect. The one is the data warehouse, which is again designed to incorporate legacy system data from PeopleSoft and JD Edwards for HR payroll and financials, as well as include Oracle system information as well, HCM ERP that we now are live in. The other thing that we are evaluating, there's a tool called Pathfinder, which is a JDE specific tool that essentially would benefit the county from not only being able to have the archive data, but also essentially the the attachments and the queries that are done in JDE currently can be replicated. So that item is being evaluated right now by a project team between M&B and Wayne County IT. A decision on a recommendation or for that has not been made, but that's another potential mitigation against the loss of JDE. But again, the high level response is that the autonomous data warehouse, it will be the system of record for the legacy HR payroll and financial systems.
So we are not completely free of JD Edwards yet? We're still dependent?
So good question. So the answer would be yes, and the reason why would be from a record retention and audit perspective. In Oracle, we've brought over the last three fiscal years data in Oracle Cloud. There is the potential that data beyond those 3 years could be needed. For example, if a federal agency decided to do an audit on one of the federal grants that is still outstanding. As it stands now, we do have data from JD Edwards in Data Hub, which is the repository or the reporting system that was in place for JD Edwards prior to Oracle. The benefit of this Pathfinder tool is it would allow us to archive the entire information as well as attachments. Data warehouse also allows us to archive the entire information, but you have to run queries through a different analytical tool. And so why we're looking at Pathfinder, or one of the reasons why we're looking at Pathfinder, is it allows you to mimic queries from JD Edwards directly. So it's the end user experience is more straightforward. But the overall answer to your question is when ADW ERP is implemented, the legacy information from JD Edwards will be in ADW for ERP. Pathfinder potentially provides us some additional functionality above and beyond that, but is not necessary for purposes of having the underlying financial information in one repository. That's covered by ADW ERP.
Yeah, thank you for that, because JD Edwards has been worrying me for years that we're tethered to it. Will we be untethered from JD Edwards sometime this calendar year?
So I can say that right now the current anticipated sunset date is 12/31/2026. But that's kind of dependent on like what we want to do with the Pathfinder process. So as it stands now, 12/31/2026 is my understanding of the sunset date. But there are discussions being held around what that looks like if we decide to go the Pathfinder route, which again has not been decided upon.
Okay, and I think in future reports, ma'am, something more like a little description like you just gave, rather than printing off this voluminous amount of internal documents that are difficult for people that aren't in that world, like commissioners, to read. So I think having a little bit more of a narrative that specifically talks to these issues, because right now I feel like, well, here's 30 pages, go ahead and try to find it. And so I would encourage that, Mr. Jameson, and thank you for your
Understood.
answer. Thank you,
Absolutely.
Madam Chair.
No problem. Commissioners, any other questions on these items? Okay, can I get a motion for items 3, 4, and 5? Moved by Commissioner Wilson. Can I get a second? Yeah, we can't do it. Yeah, go ahead, try and, okay, now go somebody. Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Wilson, second by Commissioner Colleen. If you could please vote on your tablets. You can't do anything. Thank you. Commissioner Colleen, you vote, please. Thank you. Okay, thank you. We are now going to move to the addenda.
Addenda new business item number 10, requesting commission approval of amendment number 2 to a 2-year cooperative agreement with SHI International Corp.
Okay, so we have some more licenses, I believe. If you could please introduce yourself and
Hi, Greg Abbas, Division Director, Enterprise Applications. This is the renewal of the contract for our online service desk and project management platform.
okay. And are you the one that's looking into this Pathfinder
Yes.
stuff? Okay. All right. So that would be another contract that would be
Upcoming.
added in.
Yeah. That's we're anticipating charges of around $25,000 a year with a 5-year agreement for the Pathfinder platform. That Pathfinder platform, to Mike's earlier comments, will give M&B the ability to answer questions as it relates to any financial audits going back in perpetuity for however long JD Edwards has been around. So this will give M&B access to all of it's an online archive of JD Edwards in its entirety at around $25,000 a year versus, I believe, I'm not exactly sure what the spend rate is right now for JD Edwards, but that's much higher. So this will, to Commissioner Colleen's point, allow us to untether completely from JD Edwards with the security of knowing that we've got access to all of that data with easy views and things like that that people in MB are used to working with.
Thank you for that explanation. Very clear and concise. I appreciate that. And getting back to these license, that number, what we were on, number 10. Does anyone have any questions about these? Okay. Thank you very much. If I could get a motion for this item, please. I don't know. Would like to make that verbal motion. Thank you, Commissioner Wilson, and seconded by Commissioner Colleen. And all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Any opposed? Okay. Thank you very much. That was fine. And we're going to do number 11 now, please. Octavia,
Item 11, requesting commission approval of a 1-year grant agreement with the Michigan Department of Licensing and Regulatory Affairs, Office of Land Survey and Remonumentation.
Okay, so we have the Register of Deeds office in front of us. If you could please introduce yourself.
Morning or good afternoon, everyone. I'm Harry Kalajarakis, Chief Deputy Register of Deeds.
Okay, grant agreement about remonumentation, correct?
Correct. This is an annual grant that we receive from the state. These are funds collected throughout the state from recording fees, $4 per each recording. Once that pot is created, it is distributed among the 83 counties in the state to continue their maintenance and remonumentation program as required by statute. I believe you have the our contract in front of you. The amount that we are receiving this year is $191,181. We will receive half of that to get started once the grant agreement is approved. We are a slight bit behind schedule because you have to close out the prior year before you can get this. And getting some information out of Oracle that we needed was a little bit slower, but we've got it all and we
Okay.
have approval from the state to get this grant.
Okay, very good. Any questions, commissioners? Commissioner Clean?
Yeah, one, Mr. Peltrakis, you're before us every year on this.
Mhm.
How often do we find errors in these corners? Either the corners are no longer there, they've been moved, or how often do we find that?
I don't have a figure for you. I know that it can happen. Some of these monuments, when I talk to our plat engineer, he tells me how it's done. For instance, we may have some monuments that get moved in the course of building roads, the highways and stuff, some of those big constructions out there. And when those are done, those are identified as they were formerly in this spot. There is now a new monument, and here's where the new monument is, so that they can tie into the existing figures. Sometimes it happens too along shorelines, with water moving and eroding or adding silt to a shoreline. So that's how we deal with it. I don't have
Rather
exact
rare
number.
event?
What's that?
But it's a rather rare event.
It happens enough that we deal with it, but it is rare.
Yeah. One is
Very,
too
very
many, but
small, very small amount. Yeah.
all righty. Thanks, Madam Chair.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Peterson Mayberry, second by Commissioner Kniezek. If you could please vote on your tablet. I wasn't able to read that word.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Okay,
much, everybody.
Thank you. All right, we're going to move on to our next item, which is number 6.
Returning to the agenda, item number 6, requesting commission approval of amendment number 1 to a 2-year legal services agreement with Dickinson Wright PLLC.
Not yet, not yet.
We have 3.
Okay, so this is a public service for consulting. Welcome to Government Ops today. If you could please introduce yourselves.
Good afternoon, Sue Hamud, Deputy Corporation Counsel.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Oh, press your button, please. Yes.
There you go. Good afternoon, everyone. Aaron Burrell from Dickinson Wright.
Okay, so we're having consulting for legal services I left my notes at home, so help me.
So this is a legal services contract where Dickinson Wright assists primarily management and budget department on public finance questions and issues arising. The one that right off the top of my head, because I just reviewed this one yesterday, they were just assisting M&B with the stadium excise tax. So
State income tax. Okay, very good.
stadium tax.
Stadium tax. Okay,
Correct.
yes.
Yeah.
Notes at home.
Variety of issues. It's not anything one specific, and it's on an as-needed basis, depending on the issues as they come up.
Okay, any questions on this? Okay. We're going to take the next 3 together. If we can move on to number 7, please.
Item number 7, requesting commission approval of amendment number 1 to a 2-year legal services agreement with Dickinson Wright PLLC.
Okay, any questions on this one, commissioners? Okay, moving on to the next one, please.
Item number 8, requesting commission approval of amendment number 4 to a 2-year legal services agreement with Dakima Gossett PLLC.
Welcome. If you could please introduce yourself.
Good afternoon, Allegra Mason, Assistant Corporation Counsel.
All right, so this contract, we are still in active. Go right ahead.
Yes, we are still in active litigation, and I do believe we have Ted Seitz and Naseem. Wow, I apologize, Naseem, if you're. Thank you. The call. Oh my goodness. On the Zoom, if we have any questions about the litigation that they could answer for us here today.
Okay, commissioners, do we have any questions on this? I think we're pretty good on this. Okay. All right. If I could get a motion for items 6, 7, and 8, please. Thank you, Commissioner Wilson, and second by Commissioner Peterson Mayberry. If we could please vote on these items for approval. Move on forward. Okay. And now our next item, Madam Clerk, if you could please read this in.
Item number 9, requesting commission approval of a settlement in the matter of Mark Anthony Contracting, Inc. With the Carter County of Wayne Third Judicial Court, Circuit of Michigan, case number 250117009 CB.
Okay. And at this time,
We have the code with it.
I know she needs to say something first. You don't have to say, oh, okay. Okay. So can I get a motion, please, to go into closed session? Thank you. Thank you. If we could get a roll call vote for this.
So I have to read the rest. Of
I
the
thought
item.
that we needed more.
Sorry.
Usually.
Corporation Counsel has reviewed the litigation and is of the opinion that a discussion of a trial or settlement strategy in connection with specific pending litigation in an open meeting will have a detrimental financial effect on the county's litigation or settlement position. Therefore, a closed client counsel session is requested.
Thank you. Can I get a motion to go into closed session? Thank you, Commissioner Peterson Mayberry, second by Mr. Wilson. Can I get a roll call vote to go into closed session, please?
Commissioner Wilson, Commissioner Peterson Mayberry, Commissioner Kniezig, Vice Chair Colleen,
Thank you.
Chair Clementi.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, we're now in closed session. by saying aye. Any opposed? Okay. Motion passes. Madam Clerk, if we could please move on to,
Item F, such other matters as may be properly submitted before the committee.
I know of none. Next item.
Item G, public comments.
Are there any emails or anyone on Zoom have their hand raised that would like to make public comment? You have 2 minutes at this time.
There's no one on Zoom and no emails were received.
Okay. Is a second call for public comment? Okay, anyone in the audience that would like to make public comment? Going once? Twice? Okay, public comment is now closed. Can I get a motion for adjournment, please?